Good morning, friends. Welcome back to Astrology Today and Tarot. My name is Mel Rose. This is the Tarot portion of the second half of my daily astrology vlog, which you can check out on my other channel, Astrology Today with Mel Rose. Here, I will discuss the tarot card that sits on the side of the page. Then I'll do a quick review of the day's aspects before I play another card that may give us something more to think about. So, let's get into it. The card that currently sits on the side of the page is the Nine of Pentacles. And it's here specifically because it relates astrologically to the second 10 days or the second decan of the sun's transit in the land of Virgo. Now, Virgo is an earth sign. Coins in tarot or pentacles in tarot are also earth. And earth element symbolism really talks about the physical resources we have, including our bodies, and what we're willing to do with them, what work we're willing to do to create for ourselves some stability, some security, some support in our lives, so that, we're not just, living like animals from day to day, right? We have something to look forward to. We have something to fall back on. And so we come to the Nine of Pentacles. And when we come to the Nine of Pentacles, we see somebody who has done the work, who has made the diligent effort, who has put in sort of the sweat of the brow labor to create something of value for themselves, something that represents stability and sort of a culmination and a completion. And, in this case, that is characterized as a garden full of ripe grapes, and the pentacles look like ripe fruits themselves. And the gardener here looks like, not really dressed for gardening, looks dressed up a little fancy in a very comfortable robe with a nice red hat on. And look, they even got a red hat for their bird. So, to bring a garden like this, or anything it is that you're trying to build in terms of stability and structure for yourself in your life, to bring something like this to the culmination point like this, where everything is exactly as it ideally should be, and we don't have to worry about how we're going to get there anymore, if we're going to get there anymore. We're there. We don't have to worry about whether we're going to get our needs and desires met. All of our needs and desires are met at this point, right? So this is a place of security. This is a place, this person has a high garden wall behind them even. So, unless you're invited in, you wouldn't even know what they have in there. Right, so this is what you get for putting in the diligent effort and the hard work, is a point of completion where you can sort of relax and enjoy the fruits of your labor. And if this is you, kudos, well done, much appreciated for your labors, right? And, it does take some wisdom and some some determination, but also some wisdom. And I think that's indicated by the relationship with the bird here. Some wisdom to cultivate a relationship with the nature of these resources such that they can grow abundantly in your garden. So further congratulations on being wise in that way and having done that so well. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle some tarot cards here while I remind myself and the tarot cards that the sun is in Virgo, and so is Venus. So, sun and Venus are very personal planets. Sun's about our outer life, who we are out in the world, how we express ourselves, kind of the experiences we have out in the world. And Venus is very much about what we like, love, and can't get enough of, and that includes people, it includes things, it includes substances, it includes places, it includes activities, it also includes money, right? So how we handle our finances and our bodies and the nice things that we like to have. And both of those being in Virgo right now, it's a very I've done the work sort of vibe, or we're doing the work sort of vibe. It's very anything that we do at this time really has to make sense to us and add a sense of stability and regularity to our lives, a sense of security to our lives. If we are engaged in any relationships at this time, or if we're doing any work at this time, that doesn't make sense to us, we're going to be very frustrated and probably hypercritical about it. So, be careful about that and notice what's making sense to you and what is not making sense to you. The moon is a waxing gibbous in Aquarius. The full moon will be in Pisces on Saturday. And so the moon is about how it feels to be us. It's about how it feels to be in your body and in your heart and your mind. And, sort of those experiences you have that could stay locked within you forever and they would never get expressed, right? The moon is always changing, just as we are always going through these physical and emotional changes, and changes of heart and changes of mind. And right now we're in this phase of the moon where we are taking action to sort of tie up the plans we made to culminate the goals that we set for ourselves, so that we have something to sort of look back on with the new moon and celebrate having achieved. And in Aquarius, that's a great vibe, because Aquarius is a very intelligent, it's sort of an intelligent vibe. It's very big picture oriented. It wants to know, what's going to work the best for everybody, and it probably can figure it out. So, this is a good time if you are in the middle of tying up your goals and you see a way to make that culmination even better, work even better for you, even bigger for yourself. You can reach in that direction. You can go ahead and you can change your plans a little bit to include something that makes that achievement that much better for you. And, the moon has a few really positive aspects today. Moon goes sextile to Jupiter today, and that's always a good vibe. And then moon goes trine both to Mercury and Mars, which are trine to one another at this time. So we've got this grand trine that we're going to talk about. But, when the moon is trine to Mercury, it's really asking us to speak our desired reality into existence as though it were here now. The universe is always giving you exactly what you tell it that you have. So give thanks for the things that that you have, right? Give thanks for the really good things in your life. And Spirit is listening, and that is a blessed opportunity when you approach what you have with gratitude. And then the moon is also trine to Mars, so we're really sort of positive, happy. We have determination on our side. We have a certain bold assertiveness on our side. We have a will to act, and it's all from the heart. So, the actions that you choose to make at this time, the sort of forward, bold actions that you might even kind of impulsively choose to make at this time, will probably go over pretty well for you. Again, it's a really blessed vibration. And pulling those three together, Mercury and Mars being trine together, this is, our sense of initiative working together with our rational mind, our ability to speak or sing what's in our heart is in this blessed position with our ability to be like bold and forward and, and in pursuit of what it is that we desire. So, taken together, we have these blessings. We can feel what's in our heart. We know it very well, and we can act on it. But when we have this grand trine blessing, it might not be enough to really goad us into action. It might just be like, oh hell yes, I'm blessed. I feel it. Thank you very much. Pour out a lot of gratitude, but maybe not yearn in any direction with it, which is what we need to do when we have those blessings coming at us. Is think about, like, where are we putting that energy? Where do we seek to conduct that positivity into our lives? And so we have Jupiter here making this kite formation off the top of that grand trine. And Jupiter is aspecting all three of those planets we already discussed. Opposition to Mercury. Mercury's been a little resistant, like, I don't know if I feel like, making the changes of mind that I need to make in order to make the expansion I need to make. But all this initiative is on the side of expansion, and our feelings, our loving hearts, our inner lives, how it feels to be us is on the side of this expansion. And so that expansion gives us this shape where just with a little breeze, with a little encouragement, right, we'll get some lift. So encourage yourself. Think about the ways in which you'd like to expand. Take action in that way. Do what feels good in your heart. Speak or sing what's in your heart. Speak your reality into existence, okay? And with all of that said, I'm going to turn this over. Oh, I got the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay, so Three of Wands is, well, first of all, wands are fire. It's interesting to me that we have 9 and 3 because both are multiples of 3. 9 being a culmination point, and 3 being really a point of looking forward. So in the Three of Wands, we've made some achievements. We've done some powerful things. We've taken advantage of the initiative and knowing what is in our hearts. We've taken advantage of the sort of pushing by our soul sense of purpose and by what it is that we like and love and can't get enough of. We've taken all of that initiative and we have created some success for ourselves. And then, when you get to the Three of Wands, your plan is unfolding. You can see sort of the goal from where you stand, and you can see the path forward pretty clearly. It'll be, a kind of thing where you want to keep your eyes on the road in front of you so that you can see the obstacles and opportunities as they're coming up, right? It's a remain dedicated, right? So, and remain dedicated and remain cognizant of the fact that you're not alone on this trip, that other people are also helping you. So, but we have the Three of Wands in reverse now. So perhaps there is some sort of cloudiness or indecision. Perhaps, we had like a spark. We had a drive and determination about something. We were inspired and we were driven to do it. We had a lot of enthusiasm for it even. And then something has occurred to cloud that, right? Our judgment is clouded. Our ability to see the path forward is clouded. So, where do we see this on the page? Well, the sun is in opposition to Neptune. And quincunx to Chiron. Okay, so, the sun quincunx to Chiron thing is really just sort of like in our outer lives, we don't really feel comfortable being ourselves. Chiron is in Aries, so it's about, the way we express ourselves and how well accepted we are. It's sort of about inclusion, being included no matter who you are and how you show up, right? So, perhaps that is clouding our way forward, is not feeling like we can express ourselves fully in the situation we've gotten into. Perhaps if you're in a situation where you have you had this passion, you had this drive, you began something and it's got this forward momentum, but maybe you have like an investor, okay? Or maybe you have, sort of people to please who are expecting things from the outcome or from your action going forward that are not part of your plan. Right? And people will let you know what they expect, and you're just like oh, whoa, to yourself you think, well, that's not part of the plan. So then you have to decide what you're going to do with that information. But also, the sun is in opposition to Neptune. Neptune is retrograde, so this says that, you know, we have plenty of intuitive clarity. We kind of know what's, you know, when that comes, when with fire, that often comes with foresight, right? And so, you know, with Neptune in retrograde, we would naturally have pretty good foresight in a situation like this. But Sun being in opposition to foresight, it might just be like, we don't like what we see coming down the pike. Maybe we don't want to handle the obstacles that we know are going to come up. Maybe we know there's one big obstacle that's really going to be a humdinger, and we'd like to avoid it if we can. So maybe there's a little hesitation there. And then also Sun is square to Mars right now. And that's really just this, the way that fiery personalities or, fiery impulses within one personality will sort of bounce off one another and make things hotter and make things more pressurized until there is the potential for some explosion, like, either there's a struggle like that going and we're going to have to figure out how to sort of burn off this excess energy. I don't think that's it, though. I think that there's a struggle to express ourselves because perhaps somebody is looking over our shoulder that we, hadn't planned to have certain expectations, but they do. Or, perhaps it's just that we have some hesitation about what is coming up for us on the path to where we're going. But remember your dedication to the path, okay? Remember your dedication to where you're going. The Three of Wands can end up at the Ten of Pentacles as well. If the adventure you're on is in the interest of bringing you to this place of grounded security, and you can see that at the far shore. You can see, like, if I go through all this stuff and I surmount these obstacles and I even deal with these people's expectations, if I do it all, I can have that grounded security I'm seeking, right? If you can see that far shore and it's what you really want, then those other things that you have to deal with, you're just going to have to deal with them in as straightforward a manner as possible, okay? We all value honesty, right? Wands especially value being able to be honest, okay? Fiery personalities value being able to be honest. We don't want to have to hold things back. So, just be really clear with the people who have expectations about what you're doing. And, also be willing to negotiate, because the path forward is going to be a negotiation one way or the other. But if you can see that you can still have the thing that you set out to get, then, there should be nothing that will hold you back. And I think that's all I have to say about it today, friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. I truly appreciate the time you spend with me. My name is Mel Rose, and I'll see you all back here tomorrow for more Astrology Today and Tarot.